Flannel, have to get your reaction. It was odd to me to hear Dan Campbell when he addressed the media at OTAs at Allen Park. It was really weird. Do you think Dan Campbell's a good coach?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think Brad Holmes is a good GM?
Yes.
The setup.
You do? What?
The setup is impeccable. No, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just admiring your work.
Well, it's weird to me that both of these guys would go on the line, certainly Dan Campbell by name, to sit up there and say that a bust like Jameson Williams, your words, not mine, a bust like Jameson Williams, Sam Flannel repeatedly, just attributing the quote, a bust like Jameson Williams. It's weird for Dan Campbell to go on the line and say that, quote, a bust. Well, I'm sorry, he didn't quote that. To say a bust, quote, that Jameson Williams is a man on a mission and is a most improved player, unquote. Flannel, I'm confused because maybe it's because he's a bust, so he had the most room to grow. How can he talk about that? Jameson Williams, a bust like that, in those terms?
Well, this is where there's a difference between, Lions fans who appreciate J-Mo, who like the flashes that he's shown, which he has, but also know that he needs to show more and needs to improve. I can vibe with those people because I do think J-Mo is going to have his best season this year. I do. And then there's the cult of J-Mo led by you, Neal.
Wait a minute.
What?
So you expect him to have a good year now? Why? Why are you getting off the bus stuff?
I've never said that he wasn't going to have a better year this year.
But you did call him a bust.
I might have called him that once, but
now it's different.
People make mistakes,
he is
Neal.
not a bust yet. He's got to show us more. That's what I've always said. But it's people like you, Neal Ruhl, you who I was listening yesterday. You were really wilding out. Did I hear you say you're about to put Jameson Williams in the Hall of Fame? Is he next?
No, that was that was a texter.
Yeah, that was a comment.
It was.
I don't know about that. You didn't shoot that down.
I also didn't call him a bust, and then just seconds ago say he's going to have a great year this year.
I said he's going to have his best year. I think he's going to have his best year this year. I do.
Sam blow up incoming.
But you basically, there's never any accountability with Jameson Williams. You think his career has gone just swimmingly, where I think so far he has underperformed. Is it all his fault? Not necessarily, but he had 354 receiving yards last year. Fine. This is the year. Josh Reynolds gone. A lot of those targets are going to J-Mo. However, so far, it hasn't really been good enough to me, at least to justify the number 12 overall pick. And also, last season, the Lions were 4-1 without him. Do I think he raises their ceiling? Absolutely. But do I think you talk about him in too glowing terms right now? 100%.
Huh. I'm confused. Because I just want to know how you think a bust is going to have his best season. And there's people like you in the chat. And Flannel, this is never a good space to be in for you. I'm just going to tell you this before I read it. Catspot, Neal thinks Jameson having 2 catches for 25 yards against the 49ers is a good game. And Katz thinks that a 40-plus yard touchdown run and another touchdown reception in the biggest game in Lions history since the 50s is not a good game. Okay, Catspot.
He did have a good game. He had a very good game in the NFC Championship.
He was the best player on the field.
See, that's where I can't vibe with you on that. Monty, Laporta, and Amon-Ra were better than him that day. Did Jameson Williams make the play that got you out of your seat the most? Yes. I will give you that 100%.
That's what he is,
okay,
Flannel.
Fine. But he's not consistent. And this is the year where I think he needs to take that step up with the more targets, with the fact that he's probably going to be wide receiver number 2.
So you would agree that he needs more targets in order to reach full potential?
I understand that, but he also
agree with that?
He also needs to earn those targets because now you're getting a space where.
Well, by that definition, Flannel, what did he do to earn more targets? Right, other than Reynolds leaving.
Yes, and he's going to get them.
Did he earn them or no? You just said he did.
If they give him wide receiver 2, absolutely he has. Because if you're wide receiver 2, that means you're probably going to be the 3rd highest targeted player on the team. They can't all go to Laporta and St. Brown. And I think that Jameson Williams is more talented than Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Shad, 216. Sam is hoping J-Mo is a bust. Do you agree with that statement?
No. No, because if Jameson...
Well, what changed?
If Jameson Williams pops off, I might call the Lions Super Bowl favorites. Isn't that what we all want? Yes. I don't vibe with the cult of JMO. That's all. That's more the thing. And we all have those players whose fans kind of annoy you more than the actual player.
Dirty Dr. D. I love this segment already. This was right when it started.
Yeah.
And I had some questions for Flannel that I wanted answered. Because I want to know why you were non-verbally punching air at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers watch party last year. Remember, Spenny?
Yes.
We had photographic evidence. Remember that?
He did not stand up and cheer.
He didn't.
And it was like a reserve cheer. It was like a...
Through the teeth.
Yeah.
He
He was like...
He gave a golf clap.
Yeah.
Here's my issue. And this is where I almost had to turn it off because you were so nauseating yesterday. You're literally victory lapping coaches' comments. Do you think that those comments just manifested 1,000 yards
I'm
in the
not
air?
victory lapping
Yes, you were.
anything
That's
because
exactly
I know
you
what
were.
the end result's going to be.
Well, but we haven't seen it yet. The man had 354 receiving yards last year.
And he scores a touchdown 1 out of every 9 targets and 1 out of every 4 rushes.
Oh, congratulations. Mike
That's what he
Evans, 1
does.
touchdown every 6 touches. Cortland Sutton, 1 every 6. Jordan Addison, who Lions fans actually think J-Mo is better than, 1 out of every 7. Brandon Cooks, 1 out of every 7.5. Romeo Dobbs, who Lions fans think Jameson is better than, 1 out of every 7.5. Jaden Reed, who Lions fans think J-Mo is better than, 1 out of every 7.5. Gabe Davis, who Lions fans think stinks, 1 out of every 6.5. Josh Reynolds, goodbye, good riddance, 1 out of every 8. DJ Chark, who Lions fans think stinks, 1 out of every 7. Christian Watson, who Lions fans think J-Mo is better than, 1 out of every 6.5.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, do you know who has 1 touchdown every 6.5 touches? I really didn't want to do this, but my point is that stat doesn't mean as much as you think. You know who has 1 touchdown every 6.5 touches?
Hey, are
for
those
career?
guys you just listed, are they all bust?
No.
Oh, they're not?
No.
Well, why is it different with J-Mo?
Because
Weird.
Mike Evans.
Do I have video of you calling every one of those guys a bust?
Because every single one of those players were more productive. Every single one. Mike Evans, 1,000 yards. Jordan Addison, 900. Jaden
So you
Reed, 900
want
on purpose.
J-Mo. How many targets J-Mo have last year?
He had 42.
So you want him to get 1,000 yards on 42 targets?
No, I
yes,
want
you
him to
do.
get- no,
yes, you do.
no.
You're doing a false equivalency right now.
No. You know,
yes, you are.
You know what you're doing? You're blaming everything on targets.
Yes, I am, 100%.
So are you mad at Jared Goff and Ben Johnson? Are you mad at Jared Goff that he can't get him the ball?
They should have used him more, yeah. They should
They
have
were
used him
12
more.
and 5. They won the NFC Championship game.
Right.
They were fine. They were 4 and 1 without him. They scored 31 against Seattle without him. They scored 30 against Minnesota without him. They scored 34 at Lambeau Field without him.
Yeah, how many they score at San Francisco with him?
31.
How many of those did he put up?
He put up 12 because a touchdown is worth 6 points.
Well, that's math.
That's hate.
Fine.
But
Yeah.
Fine. Your numbers don't mean what you think. And oh, by the way, the answer is John Ross. John Ross, 1 touchdown out of every 6.5 touches. That happened. The worst top 10 pick in wide receiver in NFL history besides maybe Kevin White.
I already know what the end result's going to be, Flannel.
Fine. But you're acting like he's already a superstar.
I can see it, Flannel.
Okay,
you
fine.
Not everybody walks in the door and it just takes off. Especially, and I love it too, because you and the cat spots and everything like that, you were like, he's been in the league 3 years. No, he hasn't.
Oh,
no, he hasn't.
Okay.
That's the only reason you could get him in the draft, Flannel.
I understand
is because
that.
he had a torn ACL.
I understand
You
that.
knew the first year was a write-off. I love how people like you people go back, well, this is 3rd year in the league. He should be doing more than this. No, you knew the first year was what it was going to be. You knew it.
Did I ever-
You hold that against him. No, you guys hold that. You people hold that against him. And then, you
And
had the
that-
4-game gambling suspension.
Yeah.
deal.
Which was garbage.
Which was
Okay,
garbage
fine,
in the
but
end.
then again, you never hold him accountable for anything. He, out of his own mouth, said that he had some maturity issues when he entered the league, and last season he did a better job of sort of ingratiating himself to the team and being more of a part of the herd.
He was never a cancer, though. Like
No, he wasn't. I never said he was. It's never
No, you
been,
just said he was a bust.
It's never been, and it's never been about anything other than the fact that he hasn't been productive. And I think he will be this year. But you guys are already ready to put him in the Hall of Fame. And oh, by the way, I heard this too. The only time you mentioned Aiden Hutchinson yesterday was saying that you think James Houston is basically better than him already.
When
When
did I say that?
No, you were like, he might get more sacks than Aiden next year. Wink, wink.
You did say that.
You did say that.
No.
Yes, you did.
I did not say that. I said, is it out of the realm of possibility? I said that a case could be made.
It can't be made. James Houston has played 156 career snaps. Literally, Josh Paschal is looking at him. Josh Paschal is a wily old veteran. Josh Paschal and Jameson Williams are wily old veterans compared to James Houston. I get it. He really popped off as a rookie, but at the same time, it's just victory lapping coaches' comments when it comes to J-Mo.
Well,
saying Hutch needs to do more.
In the coach's defense, Dan Campbell ain't just saying this shit for his health, and he's also criticized J-Mo in the media. So for him to be saying this, of course I don't take it light. Is it everything? No, but I don't take that lightly. Absolutely not.
No,
he wouldn't just go out there and say that for no reason.
I agree. That's one. I think he's going to be good this year. I do.
Steve
but he's got to show more.
What's good?
Hold on, Steve DeYoung. How is it Jamel's fault that he did not get more targets, Flannel? Look, I can throw a tantrum too. That's all it is.
So you hate Goff. You know what the Lions should actually do? You know what the Lions should actually do? And this would make everyone in this room happy.
Should they get a haircut at Lady Jane's?
What should they do, Flannel?
I'm going to tell you real quick. They should make a heliocentric Jameson Williams style offense. Kind of like the football version of Houston Rockets James Harden, where he gets every target, he gets every end around. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta are now second fiddle to Jameson
Oh my God,
Williams.
they'd score 70 points a game, Flannel.
Okay, that's exactly what they would do. Just make it a heliocentric J-Mo offense.
They could all take the game off and go to Lady Jane's and get their haircut.
And while you're at that, get a quarterback with a better arm than Jared Goff. That's what you want now, to get the heliocentric Jameson offense.